On that conversation, Husam, you obviously predicted a funeral. You predicted a domination. You predicted that Chelsea would be humbled. How do you feel about it now on reflection when you review that game and performance?
First of all, no one interrupt me because I didn't interrupt anyone. Second of all, I appreciate Daniel saying Husam instead of Chez just saying people who said funeral. Just say Husam, bro. This is the football terrace. We can call each other out. Look, there's a lot to unpack from today. First of all, every single decision was correct except the Tosin getting sent off. I said there wasn't a penalty. The Sancho the Sancho one wasn't a penalty, and the Curtis Jones one wasn't a penalty. I have no idea why the ref gave that. It shouldn't. That's nowhere near a penalty. So the decisions were correct for me, except Tosin should have got sent off if we have to keep the same energy for yesterday because Ben White was next to Saliba. But anyway, I'm not going to dwell on that. Today, I said something at the end of my watch along, which is today Chelsea have earned my respect because I saw it first and foremost, firsthand today. I noticed stuff that I did not see before. Today, I see Chelsea and I'm like, this team is a very serious side. And Chelsea are a very good team. And I after today, I have to go like, man, Chelsea are gonna be a problem in the future. I think now there's a lot to say. First of all, I think Chelsea are gonna get top 4 this season. Now I think Chelsea are gonna finish in 4th. I also think if Chelsea sign 2-3 players, they could win the league. Don't interrupt me. I think Chelsea could win the league next season. Third of all, the best midfielder on the pitch today was Romeo Lavia. That's the player that's worth 150 million. The only player that's he was by far like better than any midfielder on the pitch. I think next time we do a combined 11, we need to just put Lavia and McAllister and just keep it stepping. Those are the two right there that I think are just always show their quality every single second. And for me, Liverpool deserve to win. Because when I came here on the first match reaction of the first game, Man United versus Fulham, XG was used as a measuring stick, and Liverpool had 2 XG. Chelsea won. Very fair. Exactly what expected goals for both sides is what happened. I think our chances on the counter-attack were a bit more dangerous than the Chelsea chances. There's things we learned from today. Number 1 is everything I just said, which is Chelsea are a serious team. Number 2, Liverpool's defense is serious. This is not a joke anymore. Like what we're doing defensively, it's so obvious the defensive changes that have been made to this team, and I love watching it because I haven't seen my club play like this ever my whole life since Benitez, to be honest with you. Benitez, we had that defensive edge about us, but ever since then, maybe not as much. But right now, like defensively, we're very good. If anyone says Trent can't defend anymore, I'm just slap the shit out of you because you're just lying to yourself. Stop lying. Let's. New information gives new opinions. It's okay. We can say you're wrong and move on and say Trent can defend now. And to be honest with you, Mo Salah is the difference maker. The difference between this team losing to Chelsea today is not close margins and referee and all this shit. The difference is the world-class player who's the best player in the best winger in the Premier League. And you could even say best player in the Premier League, and I don't think it's an insult to anyone. This guy wins us the game once again in moments. And I'm so sick and tired of people disrespecting Mo Salah. If you are interested in dribbling, go watch futsal. There's a lot more to football than just dribbling. This guy's pass to Curtis Jones, not a single forward line player at this whole club can make that pass. And he made that pass right in behind. And I think he was very decisive in today's game. He even played, I wish Curtis Jones played the ball a bit earlier to him in the first half because the pass he played to Gakpo as well, the offside goal was fantastic. Overall, in the run of play, we deserve to win. But today's game proves that Chelsea are going to be a serious side. I do agree that with Daniel, when he said if we come to Stamford Bridge and they predict a win, I'm not going to shoot it down. I think that's a fair statement now. That's not a crazy statement at all because Chelsea today proved they're a serious side. But I will say the one thing I was 100% correct on is Enzo Fernandez. The moment that Enzo Fernandez stepped foot on that pitch, Chelsea were nowhere near as creative. Chelsea were nowhere near as good. I think if Chelsea want to be better going forward, they need to make the brave decision of dropping him and going with Lavia in that position because he makes a difference. And the one thing I will say as well, because we cannot sit up here and say, oh, Saka stinker, this guy stinker when they play shit. The truth is Palmer had a stinker today. Palmer stank up the pitch. I like creativity zero, shooting zero, nothing. But I'm very happy. Listen, at the end of the day, 3 points is 3 points. Chelsea have proven today for me, and I'm man enough. Listen, Terry been working with me 3 years. He knows I always say, if I'm wrong, I always say it. Chelsea today have proven they're a serious side. And I'm telling you right now, in front of 6,000 people, Chelsea are getting top 4 this season, because the way that they perform today shows me that they're serious. And I'll be disingenuous if I end my monologue by not giving Enzo Maresca praise, because Enzo Maresca deserves praise after today. The way that he tactically set up his team is very good. Slot set up the team a bit better than Enzo Maresca, and he played to our strengths, which is why we ended up winning the game. But Enzo Maresca set up the team very well. But yeah, I'm very happy. 3 points onto the next game, Arsenal away, which is going to be fucking difficult. But 3 points, we win, man. I'm glad we won today's game.
Yeah, look, and I think listen, I don't think any Liverpool fan can come out of this game and be like, oh, this Chelsea team isn't good. It's impossible to do that. You saw 2 very high quality teams play each other. And I've seen that in a lot of the games this season where some of the bigger teams have played each other. It reminds me of that period, that era of the Premier League, kind of 03, 04, kind of right through to about 2011, 2012, around that time, where I remember Man United, Chelsea in that period. It was often, there was moments in the games that were good, but you get large periods like today where it was like both teams were just sort of going through the motions, and it wasn't high octane football. It wasn't high level of attack, because neither team can, because there's so much respect for each other. I think we went through this. I think my internet's bugging, but we kind of went through this period where there was 1 or 2 very good teams in the Premier League, and then everybody else. And I think that era of the Premier League is over. I think we're back into a period where there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe very good footballing teams in the Premier League now, and I think the league's all better for it. G, what are you saying about today, my friend?
I agree with what everyone's kind of saying. More so what Ches said about, I actually thought Caicedo was the best midfielder on the pitch. I thought he was better than Lavia today, in terms of the overall game. But I do think that what Ches said about your attack was, you just see a bad decision making. Your defense is your defense. You already know. You've spoken about it enough times. The goalkeeper. But I think, yeah, like Liverpool deserve to win the game. I don't feel like the game. If Chelsea had got the draw, I'm not saying that you wouldn't have said it was fair, but I do think Liverpool had done enough in the game to just about win it, to be honest with you. If there had to be a victor anyway, I don't think Chelsea done enough to win the game. Let's put it to you that way. I don't think they had enough in the game going forward. I thought they were kind of poor. Jackson's goal was good, though. Very, very good goal. Surprised me, but it was a good goal. Yeah, but outside of that, it was one of those games. It was just kind of like, you said it there, like it was like everyone's kind of going through the motions. Well, you could say maybe the respect, maybe, but I didn't really like. I kind of, Chelsea have always, like this season, we kind of know they're that good, but the reality is, you come up against these bigger teams, the City, the Liverpool, you lose. So it's like, I'm like, yeah, I'm not saying you can't beat them. I'm not saying it's impossible. Of course, you can beat a City, you can beat a Liverpool, you can beat Arsenal, whatever. Like, it can happen. It's football at the end of the day. But there is a difference between the 3 teams. Like, there is a clear difference between those teams. So that will always remain. But to say that Chelsea are bad or anything, that if anyone thought that, nah, not at all. Do you know what I mean? Like, Chelsea are still a calm team. They're doing their thing, and you know, whatnots. They've still got a few bits they need to sort out. Ches said it already. Get a defender, get potentially a new midfielder in. They got to do all of that stuff. So it is what it is. In my opinion, I think Liverpool deserve the 3 points. You get in, can't play your best. I thought we was in second gear, I'll be honest. I didn't think Liverpool even played at a top level at all. That's it. You get the 3 points and you go about your business.
Can I tell you why you're wrong on that? I'm starting to accept something now. We're never going to see sexy football.
Husam, it's an opinion.
I give
up. Wrong on an opinion.
We're there to discuss it. We're not.
We can't be wrong on an opinion, though. It's just an
We're
opinion.
not going to see sexy football. We're just not. This is who Slot is at this point, and it's okay. I accept it as long as the results are there. Today's setup shows that he's not an offensive thinking coach. And the same way we praise Arteta for defending and getting results and shit, I accept that. I think today he chose the counter-attacking path, and it worked. It worked because on the counters is where we got our most dangerous chances. In possession, I don't want to shit on any Liverpool player because we won the game, but I have no idea how Dominic Szoboszlai is considered the number 10 in this modern game. I have no idea. I have a dream one day he's gonna play a good through ball, or one day he's gonna shoot from distance. Since that Leicester game from fucking 15 years ago, that's the last time I remember. You know, when Slot called him out for the GA thing, he's right, because in decisive moments when he gets the ball, he just messes it up every single time. Szoboszlai is fantastic defensively, blocks, run around, all that shit, beautiful. But when it comes to in the final third, the execution is just crap from him. So yeah, big up ads.